Trading goods. Trading goods is the second thing we'll talk about on the is second thing we'll talk about under Zakatul Mal, Zakat of wealth. So we'll talk about the conditions and also the due rate. So what are the conditions for this Zakah? The first is complete cycle of lunar year. Complete cycle of lunar year, that is the Islamic year. Uh, and also nisab, that is the money has to get to the threshold. So what is the nisab for the trading goods? Are these the goods you have for the purpose you goods you have, you possess for the purpose of trading. So that's what we're talking about. So you pay zakah upon them. So nisab is the worth of nisab of money, the worth of nisab of money. That is, if the when you quantify them, or you uh, check how much you estimate the amount it's worth. So, and you compare it to the nisab of money. So if it has got it to the nisab of money, then you pay your zakah. So you pay your zakah from it. So, and can only be possessed with a person's consent. Can only be possessed with a person's consent. That is, the wealth is something that can only be possessed with a person's consent. It does not include inheritance. That is, it excludes possessions of inheritance, but not gifts. That is, where a person. Uh, this uh, is one of the conditions actually. That is, if a person inherits some goods, a person dies and he is one of those that inherited the goods. So that good that he inherited is not one of the goods to be considered for for zakah, for not one of the goods to be considered if it when you are estimating to see if it has gotten to the nisab. So it's not one of the goods you consider. So zakah is not compulsory on that. I hope you get it. So it excludes that, but it includes gifts. It includes gifts. So it's possessed with a person's consent. That is, he has the option of rejecting. When once on in case of inheritance, it's not compulsory whether you it's not a condition that you have to accept the gift. It's not a condition that you have to accept the inheritance. So once it is shared and it is distributed and it is divided, so the portion automatically becomes your own. So far it is something that is halal. So that is that. And then the next is possession with intention of trading. That will be something that you possess with intention of trading, like I said earlier. And lastly, the due rate is also 2.5%. 2.5%, just like you have it in the case of money. So that is that about trading goods. So valuables from the soil. Valuables from the soil, also one of the things that we listed out that we mentioned. So we have arikas. Arikas. So we have arikas. In the case of rikas, there's no nisab. There is no nisab. There's no list amount of of wealth a person. There's no list of no list amount of wealth the rikas has to get to before you pay zakah from it, because rikas is something that is discovered, the treasures that are discovered. So there's no nisab, no list amount of money that should be uh, no list amount of or worth, no list worth that should be met before zakah becomes compulsory. So the due rate is 20%. The due rate is 20%, 1/5. So the due rate is 20%, 1/5. So it's something that is discovered. It's not something that a person actually, works for or the likes. So the plants and fruits, that is the second thing we're talking about under valuables from the soil. Plants and fruits. Conditions. We'll talk about the condition and also talk about the due rate. So the condition is that the fruit, the plant and fruit should be from wheat, barley, date, fruit, or raisins. It should be from any of these five listed grains, or five listed valuables from the soil. So it should be from this. It should be any of these five. So, and also the nisab, there are differences of opinions regarding this. There are some other, in fact, when it comes to valuables from the soil, there are some other um, plants that that some believe, or some scholars believe should be part of the valuables from the soil to be considered while paying zakah. So, but I just excluded the ones that are less convincing to most scholars. So, and that is why we have just this here. So, the nisab is 5 hours. That is where it came. I said in I think the previous video that I converted, or I that the prophet did not actually mention some of these. He did not mention some of these units that we use today. So he mentioned some specific units they used in his time. So, and we converted it to our own units. So in kg that we use during our own time, it is about 612 kg of wheat. 612 kg of wheat. I specified there that it is wheat because ordinarily you shouldn't be mentioning these things in you shouldn't be mentioning them in kg. So, but when you specify the type of material or the type of fruit of valuable from the soil you're measuring, so it will be easy to transfer the measurement to other ones as well. So that's why I specify for that 612 kg of wheat. So it could be equivalent to some other things in some other cases. So that is that. So the due rate is there are two due rates. If it is mostly watered naturally, that is it's just something you planted or something in your farm, is mostly watered naturally. That is by rain, does not need much effort from you. So you pay the due percent is 10%. The due rate is 10%. So, but if otherwise, if mostly watered artificial, that is you are the one going to water it all the time, then the due rate is 5%. The rate is 5%, and that is where we stop in this video. So we talk about some other things later.